Welcome back to our channel, World of Coins. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Abraham Lincoln penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them because it could make you a millionaire overnight. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into a fascinating find from the United States, a 1971 1-cent coin. It's not just your average penny, folks. This little copper gem has been known to make collectors' jaws drop, and by the end of this video, you'll see why this humble penny could be worth far more than you'd expect. Now, when you think of a penny, you probably picture something small and insignificant. But hold on, this particular 1971 1-cent coin is anything but ordinary. It's part of a series of coins minted in the early 1970s, but something about this coin, in certain rare conditions, makes it a sought-after treasure in the numismatic world. So, let's talk about the history of this coin and why it's so special. The 1971 penny was minted during a time when the U.S. economy was in transition. America was shifting away from the silver standard, and the penny, like most other coins at the time, was made primarily of copper. But not all pennies from this year are created equal. There are some major differences between standard 1971 pennies and the rare ones that collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. What makes this coin even more fascinating is its rarity and the little-known minting errors that occurred. Imagine this: thousands of pennies were stamped in 1971, but only a small handful feature something unique that caught the attention of collectors. We're talking about certain errors in the minting process that give this coin extraordinary value. These errors range from slight misprints, such as doubling of the images or the lettering, to off-center strikes where the design doesn't line up correctly. These tiny imperfections can make the coin incredibly unique, and that's what makes it so valuable. Let's dig deeper into some of the most common and valuable errors. For example, there have been instances where the penny was struck with the wrong die or double die errors, meaning the same image was struck more than once on the same coin, leading to a ghostly effect on the date or other features. These types of mistakes are incredibly rare, and when you find one, you're holding on to a piece of history. Another error that makes the 1971 1-cent coin so sought after is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin doesn't land perfectly in the press, and the design is stamped unevenly. The result is a coin with a partial or missing image on one side, which can make it stand out as a truly unique collectible. But it's not just the errors that make the 1971 penny valuable. The rarity of coins in mint condition, free from scratches and wear, also plays a huge role in their worth. Most of these pennies circulated widely, which means finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is a real gem. The closer you get to perfection, the more money the coin can fetch. And now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. You might have a 1971 penny lying around at the bottom of your drawer, but if it has one of these rare minting errors or is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth an unbelievable amount. Hold on tight, this penny has been known to fetch as much as $59,000, yes, you heard that right. A single 1971 1-cent coin, with the right error or in perfect condition, could be worth a staggering $59,000. That's a serious fortune for a coin that most people would overlook. So, next time you're digging through your spare change, take a closer look at your 1971 pennies. Is there an error that could make yours stand out? Is it in mint condition? You could be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the next big coin discovery. Top 2. We're about to uncover a hidden treasure from the U.S. Mint that you might have sitting around in your pocket or coin jar right now, a 1982 1-cent coin. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny? Really? But trust me, this little coin has a massive secret that could make you a serious profit if you know what to look for. The 1982 penny is already interesting because it marks a pivotal year for U.S. currency. In 1982, the U.S. government made a major change to the composition of the penny. Up until that point, pennies had been made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But starting in 1982, the penny was reintroduced with a composition of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This shift was part of an effort to cut costs, as copper prices were rising. So, when you hold a 1982 penny, you're holding a coin that represents a significant turning point in US minting history. But here's the catch: this isn't just any 1982 penny we're talking about. What makes this penny special is the variety of different types of coins that were minted that year. There are two main types to watch for: the copper version and the zinc-plated version. This is where the value comes into play, because some of these 1982 pennies are rarer than others, and that's exactly what collectors are after. The copper version is much rarer than the zinc variety, and it's highly sought after. So how do you know if you found one of these golden, well, copper, coins? There's a pretty simple way to tell. You'll need to weigh your penny. If it weighs 3.11 grams, you've got a copper penny. The zinc version weighs only about 2.5 grams. That small difference can mean a huge increase in value, but it's not just the material composition that makes these pennies valuable. There's also the potential for minting errors that can increase their worth dramatically. One of the most desirable errors to watch for on the 1982 pennies is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a blurry, doubled image of the date or the lettering. If you're lucky enough to find a 1982 penny with a noticeable double die error, it could be worth a lot more than the face value. Another rare error involves off-center strikes, where the penny is not properly aligned in the press. This creates a coin with part of the design missing or slightly misaligned. A penny like this, with its unusual and unique appearance, can easily catch the attention of collectors willing to pay top dollar for a one-of-a-kind piece. Let's talk about condition, too. If you come across a 1982 penny in perfect, uncirculated condition, meaning it's free from any scratches, dents, or wear, it automatically becomes more valuable. Coins that have been well preserved, especially those with rare errors or the copper composition, are highly prized by collectors. A penny in mint condition could sell for a significant amount, far more than just a couple of cents. So, if you happen to find a 1982 penny with these rare qualities, or even just in great condition, it might be worth more than you'd ever expect. Are you ready for the big reveal? Hold on tight. If you've got a rare 1982 penny with one of these errors or in pristine condition, it could be worth an astonishing $50,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1982 penny could be worth $50,000 in the right condition. That's an incredible sum for a coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance. Next time you're going through your spare change or checking your old coin collection, make sure to keep an eye out for any 1982 pennies. With their unique characteristics and potential for rare errors, they could be hiding a fortune just waiting to be discovered. Top 3, we're diving into one of the most intriguing pennies in US history, the 1966 1-cent coin. This little penny is far more than meets the eye, and it could be hiding a huge value that you won't believe. So grab your magnifying glass, because this is one you'll want to take a closer look at. Let's rewind a little bit. The year 1966 was a transformative time for the United States. The country was experiencing political and social change, and this moment was reflected in the U.S. minting process. The 1966 penny, like most of its predecessors, was made from copper, but what really makes this coin stand out is the potential for some extremely rare and valuable errors that could make it worth tens of thousands of dollars. You may already know that the 1-cent coin has been a part of American currency for over a century. However, the 1966 penny holds a unique place in numismatic history due to a few key factors. First of all, it was minted at the tail end of a decade full of experimentation with coin designs and minting processes. And while the 1966 penny was meant to be a regular, run-of-the-mill coin, some very rare and valuable mistakes slipped through the cracks, making it a highly sought-after collector's item today. Let's talk about the main reason why this coin can be worth so much. There was a major minting error in 1966 that has become the holy grail for collectors. This error involves a double die strike. A double die is when a coin is struck multiple times during the minting process, resulting in a blurry or doubled image on the coin. If you're lucky enough to find a 1966 penny with this error, you'll notice that parts of the design, like the date or lettering, appear to be doubled, almost ghost-like. It's a fascinating and rare flaw that adds immense value to this penny. The double-die 1966 penny is incredibly rare, and finding one in good condition is even rarer. While many pennies from 1966 were released into circulation and became worn down from use, a coin that has been well preserved is far more valuable. If you come across one of these coins with a double-die error in excellent condition, you could be looking at a windfall, but that's not all. There's another error to watch out for that can send the value of this penny skyrocketing: the off-center strike. Off-center errors happen when a coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or poorly stamped. It's a unique feature that stands out and makes a coin look totally different from your typical penny. These off-center 1966 pennies are extremely rare, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. So, what makes these errors even more special? The fact that they are one of a kind. A 1966 penny with an error is something that will never be replicated, making it a true piece of history. These mistakes are random, and not every 1966 penny you find will have them. That's what makes these coins so valuable. They're unique. Now, let's talk numbers. If you happen to have a 1966 penny with one of these errors, especially the double die or off-center strike, and it's in pristine condition, you could be holding on to something worth a fortune. In fact, a single 1966 penny in perfect condition, with one of these rare errors, could be worth as much as $69,000. Yes, you heard that right. A penny that you might have thrown away or overlooked could be worth an eye-popping $69,000. That's not a typo, it's the real value of these rare and unique coins. So, next time you're sorting through your coin collection or rummaging through your spare change, make sure to take a closer look at those 1966 pennies. If you find one with a double die or off-center error, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Top 4. You might think that a simple 1-cent coin can't be worth much, but let me tell you, this 1985 penny might just surprise you. If you think pennies are just pocket change, think again. This seemingly ordinary coin could hold a massive value, and by the end of this video, you'll be checking every 1985 penny you come across. So, let's dive into why this penny might be worth way more than a single cent. First, let's set the stage. 1985 was a pivotal year for the United States. The country was in the midst of the Reagan era, and the economy was booming. But little did most people know, while the nation was focused on politics and technology, something interesting was happening at the U.S. Mint that would later catch the attention of collectors around the world. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced a series of pennies, most of which were just your standard copper-plated zinc coins, nothing out of the ordinary. However, this was a time when a few strange and rare minting errors started popping up in the mix, errors that would end up making some of these pennies worth a lot more than their original value. What makes the 1985 penny so intriguing isn't just its history, but the rare minting errors that can turn this simple coin into a collector's dream. Let's start with one of the most coveted errors in the world of coin collecting, the double die error. A double die error happens when a coin is struck more than once, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1985 penny, the most noticeable doubled features are usually found in the date and sometimes in the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you come across a 1985 penny with this error, you've got something that stands out from the crowd. The extra doubling of the date, for example, creates a ghostly effect on the numbers, making it a unique and highly desirable coin. These kinds of errors are rare, and finding one in good condition can increase its value significantly, but that's not the only error that collectors are looking for. Another incredibly rare feature is the off-center strike error. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or distorted. If you find a 1985 penny that struck off-center, it's a true anomaly, and that makes it even more valuable. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the potential value. Now, it's important to understand that not every 1985 penny will be worth a fortune. The real value comes from the combination of the error type, the severity of the error, and the condition of the coin. Pennies that have been heavily circulated, scratched, or damaged won't command nearly as much as those in pristine, uncirculated condition. Condition is key when it comes to coins, and if you find a 1985 penny that has a rare error and is in excellent condition, you could be holding on to something worth a small fortune. The better the quality of the coin, the higher its value will rise. Coins that are almost flawless, with no signs of wear, chips, or corrosion, are the real treasures. So, how much could a 1985 penny with one of these errors be worth? It's time for the big reveal. If you find a 1985 penny with a noticeable double die error or an off-center strike, and it's in near perfect condition, you could be looking at a stunning price of $43,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1985 penny, with the right error and in the right condition, could be worth an incredible $43,000. That's a far cry from the 1 cent it was originally worth, so, the next time you go through your spare change or coin collection, keep an eye out for that 1985 penny. If you see any doubling in the date or a striking off-center, you might just be holding on to something that could make you a fortune. Top 5, we have something truly special to talk about, an unsuspecting little penny that could potentially be worth a small fortune. Yes, you guessed it, we're diving into the world of the 1993 1-cent coin. It might look like just another penny, but trust me, there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. You could be sitting on a hidden treasure, so stay tuned to find out just how much this little coin could really be worth. Now, let's take a step back. The 1993 penny was minted during a time of change and innovation in the United States. While the country was undergoing a variety of social and political shifts, something interesting was also happening at the U.S. Mint. The 1993 penny, like most pennies, was made primarily of copper and zinc, and it was part of the long-running tradition of pennies featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait. But, while most of these coins were made to circulate and be spent, some of them came out of the mint with a few imperfections, and that's where the magic happens. You see, coins like the 1993 penny are particularly interesting because, while they were minted in large quantities, not all of them were created equal. Some of these pennies were struck with rare and unique errors that could make them worth far more than their face value. In fact, the value of some of these error coins could be as high as thousands of dollars. So, what makes these pennies so valuable, and what should you be looking for? Let's talk about the minting errors that make the 1993 penny stand out. One of the most sought-after errors is known as the double die strike. What does this mean exactly? Well, it happens when the coin is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled or blurry. You can spot this error on the date or the lettering. Imagine seeing the number 1993 on your penny with a clear double impression. Now that's a collector's dream. The more dramatic the doubling effect, the more valuable the coin becomes. A penny with a noticeable double die error can fetch a pretty penny in the market, pun intended, but wait, there's more. Another highly coveted error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting machine, leading to a coin that has a design that's slightly or even significantly off-center. The result? A unique, one-of-a-kind coin that is sure to attract attention from collectors who are always on the lookout for rare and unusual pieces. The more extreme the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin is likely to be. Some off-center 1993 pennies can go for a lot of money, especially if the mistake is clear and the coin is in great condition. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. Like with any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the price. A 1993 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is a much more valuable find than one that's been worn down from years of being spent and handled. So, if you have a 1993 penny that has been kept in great shape, you're already ahead of the game. And if that penny happens to have an error like a double die or off-center strike, you've got a real treasure on your hands. So, what's the big payoff if you find a 1993 penny with one of these rare errors? You might be wondering just how much it's actually worth. Well, here's the exciting part: if you happen to find a 1993 penny in excellent condition, with a noticeable minting error, it could be worth as much as $38,000. Yes, you heard me right, $38,000 for a single penny. That's not a typo, it's the real deal. Now, imagine that, finding a penny that you might have overlooked for years, and discovering that it could be worth $38,000 in the right condition. That's a life-changing amount for such a small coin. Top 6, we've got a story about an unsuspecting penny, the 1976 1-cent coin, that could be worth way more than its face value. In fact, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. If you have a 1976 penny, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is so special and how it could bring you thousands of dollars. Let's start with the basics. 1976 was a monumental year for the United States. It marked the bicentennial anniversary of the country's independence, and to celebrate, the U.S. Mint released a series of special coins to commemorate the occasion. While the 1976 quarter and half dollar are well known for their unique designs, the 1976 penny also had a special significance that made it stand out from the rest. The most notable change to the 1976 penny was the redesign of the reverse side, which featured a special bicentennial logo, but it was only featured on the half dollar, not the penny. So, why are we talking about the 1976 1-cent coin? Well, it's the errors and rare minting mistakes that make this coin so valuable. You see, although it might look like just another penny, a handful of 1976 pennies slipped through the minting process with rare and valuable errors that collectors are now paying top dollar for. Let's dive into the world of errors. The most exciting error that collectors are searching for in the 1976 penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck multiple times, resulting in a doubled image on the coin. With the 1976 penny, you'll most often find the doubling on the date or the lettering on the obverse side. Imagine looking at a penny and seeing 1976 with a clear, noticeable doubling effect. That's a coin collectors go crazy for. Another valuable error to watch out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the design to be missing or misprinted. It's a unique and rare mistake, and when it happens to a 1976 penny, it becomes even more sought after. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the potential value. These coins are one of a kind, which makes them especially attractive to collectors who are looking for something rare and unusual. Now, if you've got one of these 1976 pennies, how can you tell if it's valuable? The most important thing is condition. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. A penny that has been heavily worn, scratched, or damaged will not fetch as much as one that has been kept in excellent, uncirculated condition. So, if you find a 1976 penny with an error and it's in mint condition, that could be a game changer for your collection. So, how much could a 1976 penny with these rare errors be worth? Are you ready for the big reveal? If you happen to find a 1976 penny with a double die or off-center strike in excellent condition, it could be worth as much as $58,000. Yes, you heard that right, $58,000 for a single penny. That's an incredible amount for a coin that many people overlook or dismiss as just pocket change. But as we've learned, it's the rare errors and unique features that make a coin truly valuable, and a 1976 penny with these characteristics is definitely something worth holding onto. So, next time you're digging through your coin jar or going through some spare change, make sure to keep an eye out for that 1976 penny. You could be holding onto a rare treasure that's worth more than you ever imagined. Top 7, and last unique coin, we're talking about a penny that you might have overlooked in your collection, but this little 1977 1-cent coin might just be hiding a major value. It's hard to believe that such a small coin could be worth so much, but if you know what to look for, you could have a goldmine in your pocket. Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this 1977 penny could be worth a fortune. So, let's set the stage. The year 1977 was part of a busy time for the United States, politically, socially, and economically. The country was in the midst of the Carter administration, and the economy was shifting as inflation started to rise. Meanwhile, at the U.S. Mint, the 1977 penny was being struck, just like any other penny that would enter circulation. But here's the thing, not every coin is made perfectly. And in some rare cases, minting errors can turn a common penny into a highly valuable collector's item. What makes the 1977 penny so interesting? It's not just about the design or the year. In fact, there are certain rare and valuable errors that could make a 1977 penny worth far more than its 1 cent face value. One of the most important and sought-after errors in coin collecting is known as the double die strike, and this is where the 1977 penny could truly stand out. Double die errors happen when a coin is struck more than once during the minting process, leading to a double image on the coin. On the 1977 penny, this doubling often appears in the date, and sometimes even in the lettering on the obverse side of the coin. If you see that 1977 looking blurry or doubled, you've got an extremely valuable error on your hands, but there's more. Another minting error to keep an eye out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned when it's struck by the die, causing part of the design to be missing or slightly misprinted. For the 1977 penny, this could mean the design is off-center, or it could be a partial strike. It's one of those mistakes that makes a coin unique and, therefore, extremely desirable for collectors. The more dramatic the off-center error, the higher the coin's value will be. So, if you've got a 1977 penny with an off-center strike, you're definitely holding on to something special. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1977 penny is valuable? The condition of the coin is key. If you find a 1977 penny with one of these errors, but it's worn down from being in circulation for decades, it's not going to be worth as much as a penny that has been well preserved. Collectors are always looking for coins that are in near-perfect condition, especially for coins with rare errors. So, make sure to check for any wear, scratches, or dents that could lower the value. So, now that we've covered the errors and what makes the 1977 penny special, let's get to the exciting part. How much could it be worth? If you find a 1977 penny with a noticeable double die error or off-center strike, and it's in excellent condition, you could be looking at an amazing value. In fact, a rare 1977 penny with the right error in great condition could be worth as much as $55,000, yes, you heard that correctly. $55,000 for a single 1977 penny. That's an astonishing amount for a coin that many people toss around every day without a second thought. So, the next time you're going through your coins, don't just glance over that 1977 penny. Take a closer look, check for doubling, look for off-center strikes, and make sure it's in good condition. It could be worth a lot more than you think. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on all the latest coin discoveries, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any valuable finds. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!